Well, another day of glory. Shegun Fatuma again here, the first one. Victor Gundikwe, Adedamola, Maria Martinez, Samuel, Damilare, Pastor Irene, Bosse, Kenneth, Favor, Cecile, Fleur, Jake, Faith. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, Adebayo, Sheung. Please, let's go and begin to share the link. So, if you don't mind, go share the link, please. Will you go and share it? Look for your share button, and let's begin to go share. Okay, let's go and share the link. Let's go share the link so that we could invite somebody and other people could join us. Please go ahead and let's do that. Let's go share the link today. And we thank God for another day. Father, we thank you for today. We pray that you will speak to us, you will minister to us, and you cause us to hear your voice. You will change us, improve us, and cause us to be a better person as a result of today's teaching in Jesus' name. Okay, here we go. If you are ready to go, let's start. Now, today is going to be, I'm sensing that today is going to be a little bit different. Normally, I try to act just as a teacher, but not as a spiritual person too much. I just try to be as simple as possible when I'm doing these teachings. But right now, you know, I need to behave as a pastor. And what I mean is that God is speaking to me right now. There is somebody that is watching us, and you are having sugar diabetes. You are having sugar diabetes, and you know, you need help. So if you have sugar diabetes, please. Oh, wow. I think I'm having the same problem I had yesterday. We got to 100 comments and everything stops. That is not good. Got to 100 comments and the comments are no more showing. Anyway, if you have sugar diabetes, you know, I want you to touch yourself and believe God. God is teaching, is touching you right now and healing that person. Whoever that person is, God is delivering you, because it's that sugar is affecting your fingers, your toes, it's affecting your eyes, your eyesight and all that. So, and it's getting so bad. So God is going to take care of it, and it's going to give you supernatural healing in Jesus' name. All right, so today we are continuing our series on money and the laws of money. And the topic of today is increase or diminish. Increase or diminish. Increase or diminish. Increase or diminish. So you either increase or you diminish. You either increase or you go down. That is the law when it comes to money. And there is no negotiation when it comes to money. There is no maybe when it comes to money. Money follows law. Money responds to laws. And one of the laws that money will respond to is money must always grow. Money must always work for you. And if it's not working for you, then it's diminishing. So you are either increasing your wealth or you are losing it. Even if you are not using it, there are so many ways you are losing your money when you are not increasing it. So money must be in constant growth. If it's not growing, or at least it must be in a constant process, in an ongoing process, recirculating. Money must keep on recirculating. Money must keep on growing. Money must keep on moving around. If it's not, then you are losing it. It is diminishing. Anything that is not growing in your hand, especially when it comes to money, this law is very serious. When money is not growing, money is diminishing. And I think it applies to other aspects of life as well. Either you are growing or you are not just stagnant. With money, it's not just being stagnant. You are not just stagnant. You are not just in one place. You are actually growing downward. You are diminishing if you are not growing. So that is one of the lessons that God wanted to teach us through the story of the parable of the talents. And what Jesus, he gave three sets of people talents. One was given 5 talents and he increased it into 10. So because he increased it into 10, he got some more. And he even got the 1 talent that was in the hand of the one who didn't increase what he had. So the other person was given 2, and he went ahead and increased that 2 talent to 4 as well. So as long as you keep on increasing, then you are obeying the laws of money, and then you are not suffering. You are not going to suffer loss. But the last person who got 1 did not increase it. He decided to just keep it, even though he was not spending it. But just by keeping money, you are losing. Just by keeping money, you are losing. Money must always be made to work for you. Now, there is something I spoke on this last week and this week, that you must practice leaving money and not touching it, and just looking at it and not touching it and not do anything with it, so as to overcome the power of money over you. That is different. That is keeping money for a short while, or keeping a small amount of money, just for emergency. It doesn't mean that everything has to, being used immediately. But that's the general principle. So it does, so you can keep money for a short time, maybe for a few months or something, just to, because either because you want to overcome the dictate of money, or because you need them for emergency, or you might need money. So but generally speaking, the law in regards to money is that money, at least some part of it, must always work for you. If money is not constantly in progress, in process of creating goods or services, then that money is losing its value. Like in the case of the man that had that 1 talent, even though he didn't use it, he was just keeping it. But the truth was that he was actually losing. He was losing the value of the money. He was losing that money because by the time the master came back, maybe a year later or a few years later, he challenged him that he had not increased the money, he had not brought back the same amount that was given to him. And the same amount that was given to him couldn't be brought back because the man, just kept it. And if you just keep it that way, it means you are losing that money. Because inflation, if inflation is getting the better half of that money. Inflation is a reality that we must contend with. We must acknowledge that inflation is a reality of money. If money is not growing, it's being consumed, it's being diminished, it's being reduced, partly or majorly because of inflation. But it is not only inflation that is causing the diminishing of your money. So your money that is not growing, and I want you to think about it right now. Everybody that is looking at me and watching me, if you have money, I want you to think about how much money you have, and to think about what I'm saying. Maybe your salary or something like that. Any amount of money that you have that is not constantly growing, I want you to try to consider, is it true that the money is diminishing or not? Did you notice that each time you are having money and you don't put it in the process of growth, in the constant process of production, that money is being lost, actually, is diminishing. So the challenge with money is you must always work on growing it, on increasing it. You must always work on increasing any amount of money you have. So let's say you are receiving salary, let's say $1,000 salary or $2,000 salary every month. You must have a plan in place of growing that money. You must no matter how much money you have coming to your hand on a monthly basis, it must be a constant struggle and a constant challenge for you that I must always work on increasing my money. So the question I have for you is, do you have a plan? Do you have a constant plan of always increasing your money? Do you have an ongoing plan of making your money grow and making your money increase, or making your money being at work or working for you on daily basis? If you don't, or on regular basis, if you don't have that plan, I mean, you should just agree with the fact that you are always losing money. Someone is stealing your money, and the person who is stealing that money, that person is living with you. That person is your ignorance. Your ignorance is stealing away your money on daily basis. Any amount of money you are making at your work, the amount of money you are making in your job, all that money is going away without anybody's help, without the help of a thief, or without any robbers, without any people coming to take them from you. You and your ignorance are causing your money to diminish on regular basis. And what we are trying to do, also as a result of ignorance, what we try to do is to go and work some more, or to go back to the workplace and make some more money and work some more, or get second job or third job. We keep on working. But it's a race that you will never win. It's like you are trying to run against a car or a motorbike, and there's no amount of speed that you possess that you will be able to outrun a motorbike or a car or a horse. They are going to run faster than you because that's just the way. That's just the way it is. So if you are spending your money, or if you are not increasing your money, there is no amount of money you make that will make you to make up for it, to make your money keep on growing. If you are not increasing your money on regular basis, no amount of salary you get, no amount of money you make in your business will make you to reach an equilibrium, will make you to have stable and satisfying financial life. You will always be losing money. You are always in a race of a loss. You are always going to be losing. So the only way for you not to be working and putting your money in a pocket with holes. It's like you are making money and putting it in a pocket with hole, and that money is just, you are putting it there, it's just dropping off. You're putting it there, it's just dropping off. And the only way to cure the reduction of money or lack of money is to make all money and put it in a process and in a system that makes money always grow for you. Money must always increase. You must always make sure that your money is growing, that your money is increasing on a regular basis. The only way you could make sure that money is increasing for you, that your money is growing, is if you put it into work. And you must work out a system of investment that will make sure that some money are working for you. Make sure that your money that is coming to your hand is always put in the process of growth, in a process of increase, in a process of production, so that money is always growing and increasing for you. If that is not happening, if you don't have such a system of your money, where your money is rolling, and if you don't have such a hen that is bringing you golden eggs, then or whatever is it? Then you are always at a loss. You will always be at a loss. So the idea is, any money that you have that is not growing that way, that you have not put in a process of growth, then what is happening is that the money is diminishing through inflation, like I said. Secondly, how is the money diminishing? The money, whatever money you have, is diminishing through spending, because if you are not increasing your money, you will always fall into the temptation of spending it. You will fall into the temptation of spending it. So the money will be going. You will not know where it's disappearing to. And if you don't spend it on yourself, because money that is not being put in use, money that is not working for you, that is not growing, you will always be under constant bombardment by an attack by your flesh. Your own very flesh will be your enemy, number one, that is attacking you and putting you under pressure to spend that money. Because you have demands. You will see good things all the time. So then another thing is the money that you have in your hand, or you have as your salary, or in your custody, that is not growing, that you are not making to, you didn't put in a process of increase or growth. It will also come under the attack of lust. Lust of the eye. You will be seeing things every time, and you will also be telling yourself, but I have money. And you'll be thinking that it is your money. And then you want to fulfill that lust of the eye. Then you have also lust of the flesh. So those things are diminishing your money, because that's why you shouldn't keep money. Money shouldn't be kept. Money shouldn't be held in your custody doing nothing. Money should always work for you. If you are either increasing money or you are diminishing it. Anything you have that you are not increasing, that you are not growing, then it is diminishing automatically. So another way that your money diminishes automatically, even without you planning it or without even you being aware of it, is that there will be some well-wishers, some friends, some family members, some neighbors, or people. Somehow Satan knows how to make people to know that you have money. There is a way that people get to know you have money. Even if you didn't announce it to anybody, or you never told anybody about it, somehow somebody will know that you have money. When they have their crisis and they are in need, they will always have some. They will have some urge, and they will have some inner leading to come to you. And they, as if they knew that you had the money, and that money that you are thinking you are keeping for your future or for your tomorrow, one way or the other. Because when they tell you their stories, so they will, people who are asking for pity, and people always have emotional stories to tell, and they will come to you and they will take that money. Of course, they will promise you they will bring it back, but they will, you know how that works. Nobody brings anything back. They never bring anything back to you. So they just promise you that they will bring you money, but they never bring it. So that's another challenge that we're having. That's another way the money that you have that is not working for you, that you did not put in a process of production, that doesn't have a system of growth, will always work against you, will always diminish. There are many other ways that your money are diminishing. You have children. Your children will come to you. They will run into trouble. You have relatives or family, people you love. They will always have an emergency. So emergencies is always emergencies is another way that money that you have will always leave your pocket, will always diminish. Anything that you have that is not growing, anything that is not increasing is diminishing. Anything you have that is not growing is diminishing your hand without even you knowing it. Even when you are not spending it and you have convinced yourself that, I can control myself, I'm saving this money, I'm not using it, so I'm doing good. I'm not spending the money is here. It's still diminishing. It's still diminishing because it's been eaten up by inflation. Inflation is taking that money, and that money is not the same value that it used to have at the very beginning when you started using. When you just gained that money, when you just got that money, you are now having less money than when you started keeping it. So anything, either you increase or you diminish. You are either increasing or diminishing. And that is the lesson that Jesus was trying to teach us through the story of the man with the one talent. That's the story of the talent. And the story is that the man that had one that did not increase, he actually lost what he had. It diminished. What he had, he lost it. It was reducing. First of all, he lost it through inflation. Then he also lost it by the provider. That is the God that provided that talent for him, that gave him that talent in the first place, had to come and remove it from his hand. So either you like this or not, the truth is that God will cause situation and circumstances to come your way that will cause your money to leave you and to leave your pocket if you are not increasing it. That's just the way it is. Maybe, some of you don't like the fact that I say God will cause that to happen. But God will allow it to happen. God will allow situations to happen whereby you will lose what you have. I remember I was telling my wife one day, that money should not be, because my wife was very concerned at the time that we should have money. We should just keep money, because she was afraid of investing money so that we don't lose money on one hand. So the fear of losing money wants to make her just to keep the money. Let's just keep the money. I told her, Princess, believe me, Princess, if you don't want this money to be invested and you want to keep it, the best way to keep it is not by just keeping it in the bank or keeping it at home and not doing anything with it. If you keep money like that, you will eventually lose. Anytime money is not working for you, you are losing that money. She said, we'll just keep it. Okay. But each time we try to do that, my experience has shown that something will always happen. Either we lose the money, just physically lose it, just disappear, we don't know where it is, or somebody will come with a problem that needs to be resolved, so we have to go and use the money for an emergency, or or we ourselves run into situations whereby we quickly need to go and get that money and use it, or some emotional appeals will come that will make us to go and withdraw the money and use it. So I told my wife that time that, Princess, this money you are keeping, believe me, is going to disappear one way or the other anyway. It's going just to go. That is because it's just a law. That's just the law of money. That's the way money works. If either you are going to make it continuously working for you, or you are making it to grow, or you are making it to increase, if you are not making this money to increase, Princess, there is no way we could help. There is no way I can help. There is just no way you yourself in your own power could retain the money. You cannot retain the money that you are not increasing. The only way to retain money is by increasing it. And one day I said it here the other day that the reason that rich people take money to the bank is not because they want to increase. It's not because they want to make money or they want to make profit. The reason why they take money to the bank is not to make profit, it's to keep it. Even when they keep it with interest, and when they keep it in fixed account where they are getting interest on it, they are interest. What they are interested in and what they want really is not the interest. They don't need that 1 or 3% interest or 4% interest or 7% interest. No, what they are trying to do is just to retain the money to at least not to lose it. So the reason why, bank, first of all, some of you think that one of the ways for you to keep on increasing your money is through banks. No, bank is not in a business of increasing money for everybody, for anyone. So if you want to invest, bank is not an investment business. For you, they are in investment business for themselves, but not for the public. Bank does not invest money for you, and bank is not a way for you to make money. Bank doesn't make you money. Bank only takes your money away. So you will say, but what is bank for? It is the deception that the ordinary people, ordinary citizens that are not knowing, they are not educated in the loss of money, is the deception that they have been fed with. They have been fed with the fact that, if you need money, go to the bank. No, bank is broke. Banks are normally broke. Banks don't have money. Banks are poor. The only thing that banks do is that they have a name, and a good big name, bank. Oh, bank. And when you think of bank, you are thinking of big money. But banks are poor, really. And you ask anybody that has worked in a bank before, you will see that bank workers are poor. They only wear suit and wear good dress, but they also don't have money at the end of the month. By the time they receive their salary at the end of the month, their money is disappeared. Even maybe bank owners might be okay, but the bank managers, bank directors, they don't have money. They are all poor. Bank itself is poor. Even bank system itself is poor, because the reason, I'm not talking about the very top banks and the owners of the bank, but bank system are normally poor. And the reason why bank, is why we think that bank has money is that, it's because of illusion and deception that they have given. Let me tell you the truth about banks. The truth is that banks don't really have their own money. They have some money that they started the bank with as a capital, but at the end of the day, banks are only after your money. Banks are only after, that's just the truth, that's just the truth. Bank is not in a business of making you money. Bank is in the business of taking your money. And there are two main services that bank give. You could say the elementary one, the basic one. The very first part. There are two services. One service is they take in your money to keep it for you. So banks save money, or they collect money so that they open storage for you and accounts for you. They keep your money in the bank. And some people naively think that when they keep their money in the bank, that their money is just waiting in the box or in the bank system and it's just waiting for them. Wake up, my friend. Wake up. No money is waiting for you. Even your put in that bank is not waiting for you. Your money is no more waiting for you. That is what banks are after. They are praying that you will bring your money to keep in your own account. Of course, they put the money in your own account. They open an account for you and you put the money there. But that's what I used to think. I used to think that, when I have my bank account and I put money inside there, that it is my money, that money is just waiting for me there. Only they are keeping it for me, and so that nobody will take it from me. And that the money is just waiting. Until I needed an emergency and I needed money urgently. So when I go to get my money, they will be telling me, come back tomorrow, come back after tomorrow. I said, what's the problem? I open an account, my money is supposed to be lying there. They say, yes, but you are supposed to give us 1 week notice, 2 weeks notice to get my money. If I had kept it in my own storage or in my own safe, I can just go there and take it at any time. Why tomorrow? That was when it dawned on me. And then, of course, I started studying more about how banks work. And I discovered that, we think that, you are getting your percentage, 1%, 2%, 10%, 8%, 7%. You think they are increasing your money for you. No. That money that you put there in the bank, let's say you put $1,000 or $2,000 or $10,000 or $100,000 $1 million. That money you put in that bank, as soon as it gets to the bank like this, it's only noted in the system, like if you figure, only the figure is left for you. In your own bank account, only the figure is there. And then the percentage that they are reducing or they are getting. And we think that the way they are making money is that they are taking percentages from us. Or maybe when you do transfer, they take some percentage from you. That is not the thing that is making them money. The percentages they are taking from you for your transfer or for keeping money in their bank, that's just very small. That is not enough to sustain any bank. The real way banks make money is on you, on the money. You are trying to go and fool them and make money out of them, but they are the ones making money out of you. What happens is that when you go and put your money, any amount of money in the bank, you only have the figures behind your name or after your name. They will note it at a record that you have this money there, but the money itself has gone. They go and use that money for production. They go and work with your money. What you are not doing, what you are refusing to do by yourself, they are taking your money, not giving you percentages of that, not even telling you that they are going to work with your money, not even telling you that they are using your money to do business. They are using, so for example, it is part of your money they will give now to somebody else who comes, you put the money in the morning. You put the money in the morning. In the afternoon, somebody comes to take credit from them. You think the bank has credit to give? You think bank has some money to give for loans to people? No, it is your money they are giving us loan. It is your money they are giving us loan. Your money, his money, that one person's money, all the money that you put in the bank, that is the subtotality of what they count, and they know that, okay, we have this amount of money, and the person they are giving loan to will have to pay that loan back in a much more higher percentage than they are giving you. So let's say the person they are giving the loan to is paying them 10%, and they are giving you 2% out of that. On your own money, they are using your own money to make money for themselves and give you nothing back. Sometimes they will even charge you. Sometimes you don't even get anything back on that. And whatever you get back, even sometimes, is less than the inflation. So bank is not in a... some people are saying, oh, I was able to save some money, and no, I'm going to now take it to the bank, so it's going to be growing. The rich people, yes, they take money to the bank, but they only take it there to the bank so that they will not lose it. They don't want anybody to, take it from them, or they just want to keep it. And so why do they keep it in the bank? Because somebody could come to their house to steal it, or if they keep it in the house, inflation will be eating it. So they put it in the bank at least so that the percentages that will be coming on top could amount to some part of the inflation. So bank is not a money making institution for you. There is a money making institution for themselves. That's why bank do advertisement. Why do bank advertise themselves? Why do they advertise themselves? Why do bank look for members? Why are bank looking for clients? Because they need money. Banks are poor. If the banks don't have your money, they don't have money at all. So when you think you are doing some transaction with bank, and that they are helping you, no, you are the one helping them. For every transaction you are doing with the bank, they are getting your money. They are making money out of you. So that is not a way to make money, to increase money. But the topic today is increase or diminish. Increase or diminish. So if we are diminishing money, if our money is not increasing, we are losing it either in the banks, or we are losing it in the house. We are losing it, through inflation. We are losing it through emotions. We are losing it through catastrophic or some urgent situation. We are losing money all the time. So what is the answer? What is the solution? The solution, and the only solution, is that when you have a considerable amount of money, let's say you are making $1,000 a month. Like I said, we've already covered the fact that you have to save at least 30% of your saving, of your income. So let's say you are saving 30%, that's $300. If you are saving $300 every month, probably $300, you might find it difficult to find somebody where you will be able to invest that amount of $300. It might be too small. But so if it is enough, it's good for you. But if it is too small, what you could do is to take a few months to at least keep on saving that amount, either in the bank or in your house, but keep on putting that amount of money, that 30%, $300 apart. Keep until it becomes at least 1,000. The bigger you are able to save it, the better for you. So, for example, I saved our own money to be $10,000 before I really started the big investment. I started doing investment. So, but you can also start an investment with $300. You can start an investment with $100. But the bigger it is, the better for you. But if your money that you are starting, if it's not big, and personally, when I'm talking about big amount of money, I'm talking about any amount that is less than $100,000 or at least $50,000. If your money, if your savings is less than $100,000 or $50,000, then it's difficult for you to get into big investments. Big investments need big money. So I want to ask, because many people are asking me, everybody is writing me letters and they are saying, how can they invest? Where can they invest? Everything. So I'm getting a lot of letters like this. But the kind of investments they are asking, everybody is telling me about is that, okay, I want to begin to save $1,000 a month, or I want to begin to save $300 a month or $100 a month. And how can I invest it? Everything. But those are very little amount of money. So, but there is a way out. Even though that's a very little amount of money, those are very little amount of money, but there is a way out. The way out, because, for example, if you had big investments, I tell people, if you are talking about big money, if you have big savings, like let's say $50,000, $100,000, then I can help you. I can introduce you with, responsible people, trustworthy people that I know, millionaires that already have some money, and they can take you to, or take your money or take you to be a partner. But the people that I relate with, people that I know, and people that, in my own school, circle of influence, are people who are already big, and they $10 or $100 or $1,000 or even $10,000, they don't need it, or $20,000 to them is too small. They are not interested. Even many of them are not even interested in anything. Even in $50,000, they are not interested. Most of the people that I'm relating with, they don't want to take any partner that brings anything less than $100,000. So they are not interested in it. But we could still find some that might be able to have mercy on you and help you if you have $50,000 or maybe 30 or 50, I don't know. But let's say you are just starting. How do you, because the topic of today is increase or diminish. You must always increase. Either you are always increasing what you have or you are diminishing. I'm sure you have noticed that I'm not seeing your comments, right? I'm not seeing your comments. I'm not seeing your comments. My iPad or is just telling me, what they call mentions. I'm using mentions to do this. It's just telling me 250 comments, but just the number, but I'm not seeing them. It says 100 people have liked this video, 50 people have liked this, 100 people have commented, 200 people have commented, but it's not giving me I'm not seeing the comments themselves. So don't worry about it. So let's say you are starting afresh. Let's say you are just starting with $100 or $200 or $500, and I told you that if you are going to okay, even I spoke with somebody yesterday who said he did the calculation because if he's going to be saving that amount of money, at least $100, he wants to save $1,000 every month. So if he's going to save $1,000 every month, he had done his calculation that with 10 to 30% interest a year, he will become a millionaire in US dollars. That's all real, everybody, because we are talking about compound interest, and that is ongoing. So how do you do it when you have such a small amount of money, $1,000? Well, there is a way out, and the way out is this. Like I said, the bigger the better. 1,000 is better than 300, but 3,000 is better than 1,000. 10,000 or 5,000 is better than 2,000. So if you are having some amount of saving and you are just beginning, I would like to advise you to first of all practice saving. You need to practice saving, and that means that you don't just save the first 300 and you are looking for investment immediately. Practice saving. Build a culture of saving first, and that means at least save consistently for a period of 3 or 6 months. So 3 or 6 months, just concentrate on saving, and let's see how much your savings will come to by 3 or 6 months. So let's say after 6 months you are able to save $5,000. That is already something. That is already not bad. So, but of course, like I said, big business people, millionaires they don't need $5,000. But there is a way out. You can take that $5,000 or $10,000 or even $3,000 or $2,000, any amount that you are able to save, and now go and look for the key is this. Do your research. While you are doing that saving of the little amount you are having every month, while you are doing the savings, also go ahead and begin to work with your mind and with your eyes. Begin to look for people who are doing well. Begin to, talk to people. Find out what kind of businesses they are doing. Maybe people in your church, maybe people in your environment, maybe people that you trust, maybe people in your family. Check out people who are responsible, who are trustworthy, who are reliable, and of course who are in business. So check out what kind of business they are doing. Do you believe in that business? Talk to them. See how their business is growing and what are the perspectives for the business. Now, once you do your own, analysis, maybe you are analyzing 3 to 5 different businessmen. And what you will now do is that during that period of 5 months, you have already identified 3 to 5 businessmen that are doing well. So when your $5,000 or $10,000 or when your 6 months saving is over, then begin to talk to that person, or even before it is over, begin to talk to all of them or one of them or the ones you really trust and say, brother this or sister this, I know you are in this business. Maybe they are sending things to other countries to sell, or maybe they are buying from other places to sell, or maybe they are, I spoke to one of the ladies that is here with us right now. She said she's living in Germany and she's working, And she said, I don't feel satisfied and no satisfaction with this work. So what she does is that she has a little business, and what she's doing is that she's just sending the business, buying some things in Germany. And when you are from a developing country, there are a lot of needs in those developing countries. There, especially Nigeria, people need stuff. So she's buying. I don't know what she's buying, but she's identified her own niche, her own area of interest. That she's buying some things from Germany and sending them home. And then I think she has somebody who is reliable enough that is helping her to sell those things at home. So she says that at least she makes 100% from per one, whatever she does. So but that's a good one, because 100% is not bad. Well, can you imagine if you are, what about if you invest $10,000 in that? So you make another $10,000 back from anything you send. So that might be what you want to do. But maybe you don't want to do it. Maybe you don't have the time, or you don't have the flair for business, or you don't want to be involved yourself. So you can go and meet someone like that and tell her or him that I know you are selling cars, or you are sending cars home, or you are doing this. In fact, I even spoke to somebody the other day who said he used to be in the business of repairing cars. And what he does is that he will buy cars in the UK that are broken down or have accident. He will repair them and he'll sell them. But when he sells them like, not just 100% more, but 200%, 300%. But what happened is that he ran into a family problem, and he doesn't have money to buy the cars anymore so that he could repair them, even though he's good in that business. But because he had issues in his family, so all his money, he used it to solve his family problem. So now he doesn't have the capital to be buying the cars, to be doing what he knows to do. So someone like that, if you have some money, you say, okay, I have $10,000 or $5,000. Okay, since you are skillful in this thing, and he's just sitting down home in England, not doing anything. So what will be done is that you could find people like that who knows how to do something, and you come into partnership. You are providing the $5,000 or $3,000 or whatever money you have. You say, okay, if I give you this money, you are the expertise. You are providing the expertise and providing the money. So you have 50-50 or however you agree on it. Then you sign a contract, or you just form into agreement. Of course, the person must be trustworthy again, because paper or agreement is not what carries the day. At the end of the day, the person has to be trustworthy. If the person is not trustworthy, there is nothing the paper will do for you. You go into court and be in court all your life. So trust is a big issue in business. So you have to look at the character of the person. So someone like that who is dealing with those kind of business, it might not be car business, it might be anything. So you know that he has the expertise, but he needs more money. And it is the case in all situations. Every business always needs more money. Every business is always looking for more money. So, but if they are low-scale business, they will still need small money. Small money like 5,000, 3,000, 10,000, it will still be important for them. So you give him that money, he buys the car, he repairs it, and immediately, gives you your own percentage. Or maybe you want to agree that, okay, every month I'll be bringing you another 1,000. Or maybe we should put some of this money and put it into growth. So you are buying 2 cars in the next month, or 3 cars, and then you are growing that way, and you are sharing the money. So that is one of the ways you could do little scale investments. Another thing you could do is that someone like that lady in Germany that sends things home all the time. Okay, for example, I know that she said the capital she's using to do this something, I'm sure is small, because she's using from her salary to take a little bit of her savings and use to send things home. And when you are sending with little amount of money, the profit might not be worth it, because you pay for the transportation, and then the exchange rate is not good in Nigeria, and all that, kind of. But if you have bigger amount of money, thanks to the quantity, thanks to the quantity, you'll be able to make more money. So in that kind of situation, if you have someone who is sending things, or maybe not just sending, any kind of business, small scale business, but the person is making money, you must make sure that the person, is cool headed and is making money, and the business is growing. So then you add your own little money and ask the person, how much would this one give me? It doesn't have to be 50%, because if the business is already growing or going on without you, and maybe what you are going to bring is just going to be 10% of the whole cost of the business. So the person will tell you, I will give you only 10% of what you have brought to me every month or every year or every 2 months. So they will tell you, you just agree. So you reach an agreement with that person that, okay, I will give you this amount. Let's start with it. After the first month that the thing has worked out, maybe you will say, okay, I will be bringing to you. You will be saving up to another 3 months or another 5 months, and I will be bringing them to you so that you increase it, and then my percentage will go from 10 to 20 maybe, or to 15 or something. Or I will be bringing it to you, bringing some amount to you every month, so that my percentage will be growing and growing I'm increasing every month as well. So that is one of the ways you could start, because you must make sure that the money is working. Either you are increasing your money, either the money is increasing on a regular basis, or you are diminishing. Anything you are not increasing, you are losing. So if your money is not increasing on a regular basis, you are diminishing it. I mean, it's been diminished. It's been lost on a regular basis. And one of the ways I'm talking, because the reason I'm not going to the big projects and big business propositions is because many of you don't have that kind of money. If you are having money of over $100,000, then that one we have to talk personally. Then it's easy to make you a millionaire in the next 1 year or 2 years if you're having at least $100,000 or $200,000. So, but when you are having small money like what we're talking about, that is the way to do. You at least grow it to when it is $100,000. Then from there you will see God will open bigger doors for you, and other opportunities, bigger opportunities will come. Now there are some of you that are saying most of us, the only kind of business we know is real estate. Somebody even said real estate is the black man's business, and but it's a long-term business. Even though it can yield you money, but it could be complicated sometimes, and sometimes it's a long-term something. But you can still have real estate and put that out there, for the long term. But if it's not yielding and it's not growing the way you want it to grow, if it's not yielding you the kind of percentage, and turnover you want, at least in a year, and you can make it work for you so that it will bring you, if you're just making it lie down there, you are losing money, you are tying the money down, and that might not be the best something. You might want to take away some of the money from the real estate and put them in a more liquid kind of business, in a business that will that will bring you faster return. And one of the ways to do that is to go and partner with businesses, with businessmen, even big businesses. Like why do people talk about shares, or but those are also very they're not very predictable. But when you see a live businessman, a business person that that you can talk to, that is the way to do it. Open your eyes. When one of the things that God accused the man with the one talent about, he accused him of not looking for opportunities. It was saying you were supposed to have looked for somebody who could take the money and work with it. So that is one thing and he called him lazy. And that is one problem that we're also having. Sometimes we are lazy with our money. We are lazy with the way we're lazy mentally, financially lazy. We are not thinking. We are not looking. And God expected that man with one talent to begin to look for ways to make the money, to look for people who could make the money for him. He said you could have looked for money exchangers or bankers or people you could have given the money to. So, the only thing is that money should not be lying down. It shouldn't be waiting. Money shouldn't just be in your hand. You should do something with it. That is the lesson of this teaching. That God even told him, even if you cannot work, even if you cannot make business, even if you don't want to do business yourself, even if you cannot trade yourself, I think, why can't you go and find people who can trade? Why can't you go and find somebody to partner with? Why don't you give the money to somebody to go and trade with it, and then give you the percentage. That is what he was also talking about when he told, remember the story of the ungrateful and unfaithful steward, the one that they were about to fire, the boss was about to fire him, and he went and quickly used his mind and quickly reduced their whatever debt they were owing, and make some money and make some friends as well. So at least he thought with his mind, he used his brain. But in this case, with this man with one talent, he refused to think. And that is one thing that God has against us. And most of us that are poor, and as far as I'm concerned, if you have less than 1 million US dollars in asset, if you don't have, either in cash or in assets, you have less than 1 million US dollars, you are poor. You don't have money, you are poor, you are struggling. So if you are struggling and you are poor financially, you are struggling financially, it means one of the reasons why you are struggling is actually the same problem that man with one talent had. You are not working with your mind. You are not thinking. You are not looking for. Jesus was telling that man that he was supposed to have looked for who to give the money to, who to make the money work for him. That's the principle that I just shared with you today. Look for people who are doing well in their businesses. Look for people who are doing one thing or the other. Who are, study. Look for. You say, where do I find them? But then, another problem is that, like yesterday, I spoke to another guy in the US. He said, I found someone like that who was my childhood friend. I know that he's responsible. He will not be deceptive. I believe in him. He's in Nigeria, but he's a supplier. He's doing some business, and I know he will not deceive. But I gave him the money, and the money had just disappeared. I said, why did this disappear? Because he's telling him story. Or I supplied some of the contractor. He was a contractor. He supplied the builder or whatever, and then the people didn't pay them for the contract. So he used his money, and I used your money to supply these goods, and the people didn't come. So Nigerians always have stories, especially back at home. Even though you might have people in Nigeria that are reliable in your own eyes, but the system itself is not reliable. The system itself is deceptive. So maybe he's not the one that is a crook or that is deceptive, but the system, someone might be deceiving him. Someone that he is believing might be untrustworthy. So I told him that in that case, when you are dealing with Nigeria or Nigerians or Africa, or when you are dealing with a system or a society whereby things don't work, make sure either you have a contract with the person, but the contract also, like I said, it's not the guarantee. Sometimes contracts don't always work because you don't want to go and spend all your life in court. But what should we do is this. Let's say, for example, what I recommend people to do is that if you are giving $10,000 to somebody, let that person write something on your name or to your name that is worth that amount that you have given to him. For example, I also spoke to another friend of mine in Nigeria also, and he says he gave some money, he invested some money in a friend's business. And even though the friend is a pastor and is a man, he's a minister of God, he's a good man, well behaved, but he's always having fear that even though the guy is returning money to him every month, it's not just the money, but the profit as well, giving him the profit every month. But he's always saying that, what about if anything goes wrong? For you to secure yourself from those kind of emergency, that what about if anything goes wrong? Tell the person that you gave the money to, let's say you gave him 500,000 or 1 million naira, or maybe you gave him 10,000 US dollars, 5,000 US dollars. Make sure that he finds something of an equivalent value. Let's say the $10,000, the man has a car that costs $10,000. Let him go and ride that car on your name. He doesn't park the car. Let him keep on using his car. That is his car. Let him know that you keep on using your car. But the car will now be in your name until the money, the original money you gave to him, has been returned to you. So once the money has been returned, then you yourself, you now write back that car back to him. And he must find something like a collateral. Just like the banks do. That is what banks do. Even if he was going to look for money in the bank, he has to have a collateral. So So it's not like a collector like the bank. The collectors of the bank is deadly. You are going to give them collateral that will cost you 3-4 times more than what you are taking from them. But here, at least of equal value, let him write something to your name that is of equal value. Or if he has a house, let him write the name of the house in your something with the clause that once the money has been paid back, you must return that property or that house or something like that. You must find a way of securing yourself. Or another thing you could do is that business that is starting could be written on you. Either you will be a 50% owner of the business, even though you are getting your money back, but let him make you a 50% owner of the business or 40% owner of the business. Or maybe you will even write the whole business to your name. So on you, and that could be used not just for Nigeria. It could be used also in every other place, even here in Europe or America where you are. Let them give you something to give you a succor or to give you some comfort concerning your investment, your money. Don't just put the money and don't have anything to fall back on. Just trust. Trust alone is good, but it might not be enough in some cases, because some circumstances might be bigger than the person, and things might be overwhelming for the person. It might not be a bad person, but circumstances might be beyond his control. So, and the way our culture works, they will say, "Oh, so you don't trust me? You don't trust me." It's not about trusting you. One time I spoke about the principle that trust but verify. It is because I trust you that I need to verify, because it's not because of you. So anything could happen to you. We all could go in the car and have an accident and die. Or you could not wake up tomorrow. You might not wake up tomorrow morning. It's not because you are bad or I don't trust you, but because it's just because this is life. Life is unpredictable. So you trust but verify. We trust you, and because I trust you, let's verify this thing. Let's guarantee this thing. That's what I want to talk about today. Increase or diminish. Increase or diminish. Either we increase, multiply, grow, or we diminish. That is a law of money. If you are not increasing, you are diminishing. Unfortunately, I can't see your comments, like I said. I can't see your comment, but I want you to write, because I go back to read the comments later on. So I want you to write whatever you think about this teaching. Do you think it's a blessing to you? Do you think you have been ministered to? What do you think about it? We have a few more minutes. Please go and share the link. Go and share the link if you don't mind. But as you are sharing the link, I want you to write your impression about this teaching, or what you think. Is it helpful to you? Did you receive anything? And I want you also to write your decisions. I'm more interested in your decision, or what is happening to you, your changes. Are you going to change? Are you going to change anything about the way you have looked at life, the way you have looked at money? Are you going to begin to work on the increase of your money? Or, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? Let me hear you. I want to hear your feeling and your impression and your whatever we are going to do with this. What are you going to do with this teaching? What are you going to do with this teaching? Let's hear from you. Let's hear from you. I can't. Please write whatever you feel, whatever you think that this teaching has given you, and what your decision is going to be. What your decision is going to be. I can't read it now, unfortunately. Somebody said I should go yesterday after I said I couldn't read the comment. Someone said I should go and refresh it. In iPad here, if you refresh, you lose it. You come out, and you all have to go out. So we don't want to do that. I would rather read it after it's, because after yesterday it showed. I mean, and after the program is over, I will be able to read it. So I'll be able to read all your comments and what you are thinking at the end of the day. It's just a pity I can't read. I like to interact. I like to read as I'm going on. I like you people to hear and for us to discuss. Maybe you have some issues, you have some questions. I like to really read what you are writing. I want to have a feel of what's going on with you. But unfortunately, you see, it's not working out right now. But just write your conclusions and your decisions and what you think that you want to do with this teaching that you are receiving, and how this might change your life, or how you are going to change your life and your decisions. What are your decisions? What are the decisions that you are taking for yourself? I hope it's been a blessing to you. And please, let's go and share the link. Let's go and share the link and think of ways you could increase your money on a regular basis. If you are not going to increase your money, then you are losing that money every day. You are losing your money every day, and I already told you how you are losing the money. If you are not having a plan of increase, you must always increase. You must always work on increasing your money regularly on constant basis. If you are not increasing your money, you are losing it. If you are not increasing your money, you are losing it. So this is the first part of this message. I'll be back tonight to talk about the second part of it, to talk to you about how to keep on, increasing your money. If you don't increase it, you will lose it. And it's a financial principle. It's a law. It's a law of money. So that you either increase or diminish. Increase or diminish. Either you are increasing it or you are diminishing it. You are losing it. You lose money in different ways, and it's very painful because that's your life. You are exchanging your life for money. You are exchanging your life for salary, for whatever income you get after your day's work. And it's painful that you just give it up like that. And that money just disappears without even you knowing where it's going. That is very painful. That is not a good thing. So let's see. Yeah. So let's see I hope that this will be a blessing to you all, and that you are going to do something better with your life and with this thanks to this teaching. So thank you so much for your time, and go share the link, go share the message, go to your timeline and press your share button. Let somebody else hear this message, and then we'll see you tonight. But before then, let me also say, talk about my book, Money Won't Make You Rich. If you don't have this book yet, you want to order it in any Christian shop, you can find it, or you can find it on Amazon. And if you want to join my team going to Africa, I have a team of Nigerian transformation that I'm inviting people to join. I want to take 2,000 people to Africa with me. I already have 200 from Ukraine and Russia here. And if you feel that, these are white Europeans that are going to Africa with me, but if you feel that God wants you to also join this team and you want to leave a mark in your own generation, you want to help change a continent and a nation in your own lifetime, you want to contribute to changing history, please write to me. My email is pastor@godembassy.org, pastor@godembassy.org, or you could write to my foundation that is devoted to these questions. It's Nigeria@SundayAdelajaFoundation.com. Also, if you are a writer and you think you could help convert some of these teachings to book, and you have been tested, you have quality in writing, let me know. That would be a paid work. So let me know about it, and write to me to pastor@godembassy.org, pastor@godembassy.org. So be looking forward to receiving from you and seeing you tonight. So I'll be back tonight, and look forward to seeing you again. And please write your comments, write what you are going to do with this teaching and how your life is going to begin to change from now on. God bless. Bye.